Hello, everyone, and grace and peace to you. Greetings from the backyard of our home on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Greetings from your pastor and the Green Mountain United Methodist Church's reopening leadership team. We have completed the last of our regularly scheduled Zoom meetings, and after 6 weeks of working with the conference manual for reopening, including a ton of our own research and discussion, we wanted to share two main things with you. Number one, we are already at work to make online worship, among other things, education, for example, and social times, a regular addition to whatever we will be doing in person. We're still a ways away from live streaming, but we're going to begin to do the next best thing. Later in this month, Melissa, Kelly, Steve, and myself will be putting together a fuller experience of online worship to make available to you. I want you to think of it as like a dress rehearsal, or a soft opening, if you will, for better quality online offerings in the future. It's a work in progress, but we are progressing. And number two, we have finalized an instructional document for any persons considering a return to public worship. It reads as follows. Our return to Green Mountain United Methodist Church and public worship is not based on our own comfort, desires, or preferences, but as Christians to do what is best for others, even when it requires us to make sacrifices. Our first rule in the Wesleyan tradition is to do no harm. We are working towards reopening, but it will be done intentionally with careful consideration given to local circumstances and ministry context. Please know that we will continue to follow all CDC guidelines, but will not reopen any sooner than allowed by the governor, state and local law, and denominational guidelines. Each congregant should ask themselves the following questions before coming to worship. Question number one, have you been diagnosed with the COVID-19 virus? Question number two, has anyone in your household or close contacts been diagnosed with COVID-19? And question number three, do you have any of the following symptoms? Fever or chills currently or in the last 48 hours, dry cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, fatigue, muscle or body aches, headache, new loss of taste or smell, sore throat, nasal congestion or runny nose, nausea or vomiting, diarrhea? If the answer is yes to any of these questions, then you should not attend in-house worship. If you have any underlying issues such as heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, autoimmune disease, among others, or are receiving cancer treatments, we would encourage you to stay home and continue to worship with Green Mountain United Methodist Church online. If you are 65 and older, please consider staying home during the initial phases of reopening. You are also, of course, encouraged to consult your physician before returning. There will be no Sunday school, initially at least, for children or youth, so they will need to remain with you in the worship service. And finally, we would encourage those with small infants to stay home during the initial phase. We sincerely want to thank everyone for their input, their patience, their prayers. Our target goal is to reopen at the end of July, but only if circumstances are in our favor. Nothing is set in stone. We reserve the right to delay if need be, because our team's number one priority remains the safety of the entire worshiping congregation. I'm going to be taking off the next about 10 days for vacation, at least for what it is. We're not really going anywhere, as many of you I know are. You've adapted this summer vacation to the circumstances, but here I'll be. If there's any emergencies, you're welcome to call the church, leave a voicemail, and then that will be relayed to me. Other than that, I wish you all peace and health, love and well-being, joy, and until we see one another again, my brothers and sisters, go in peace, and may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ always be with you.